In this video, we're going to be showing you how to shoot crisper and sharper food photos with your iPhone via focus stacking. First, why might you want to use focus stacking for food photography? Focus stacking in food photography is used to achieve sharp detail across the entire subject, especially when shooting up close. By taking multiple images at different focus points and blending them, you can get a final image with everything in crisp focus from foreground to background. This enhances texture, detail, and visual appeal, making dishes look more appetizing and professional. Next, when do you need to use focus stacking in food? The first case is when shooting up close. When shooting up close, the depth of field is extremely shallow, often leaving parts of the dish out of focus, as you can see here. Focus stacking ensures every detail, like crumbs, garnishes, or textures, is sharp. The second case is when there are multiple elements at various depths in the image. Focus stacking will allow for capturing all the elements in focus from foreground to background. So that was when to use focus stacking. How about when not to use focus stacking? On the other hand, focus stacking is unnecessary in the following cases. Simple, flat subjects. If the food is flat, for example a pizza, and a single shot captures everything in focus, then stacking may be unnecessary. Another reason not to use focus stacking is time constraints. Focus stacking is time intensive, taking a lot more time than a snapshot, so it is less practical for quick, casual shoots. Another reason not to use focus stacking is in motion-heavy scenes. If elements like steam, drizzles, or moving garnishes are involved, stacking can be tricky due to alignment issues. Next, let's move on to the steps to focus stack food with your iPhone. The first step is to mount the iPhone on a tripod. As we've mentioned in our other videos, a tripod is extremely critical in focus stacking, as even slight movement can misalign images. However, the nice thing about shooting with an iPhone is it can be used even with a tiny tripod, which you can bring practically anywhere, as I'm doing here. The second step is to switch to the main camera. I recommend using the iPhone's main camera as it has a 2 times larger sensor compared to the ultra-wide, which allows for better image quality. It also allows for a shallower depth of field, which is great for blurring out the background and putting focus on the food. The third step is to switch to manual focus. Switch to manual focus to adjust focus incrementally across the subject, starting from the closest point to the farthest, shooting around 5 to 20 shots at different focus points. So those are the steps. Next, let's demonstrate focus stacking of food in action. For this, I'll be using our partner app, AuraHDR.Camera, which automates the process of capturing the brackets. AuraHDR.Camera has actually several options to perform focus stacking. I'll demonstrate 2 of them, starting with the easiest one, the recently integrated focus stacking camera. This method is the simplest because all the stacking is done by the app. No third-party app is involved. With it, you can get instant results. On the downside, the focus stacking settings are fixed to 8 brackets. To demonstrate, I'll choose focus stacking camera from the camera menu. I'll tap on the closest point to be in focus. As you can see, doing so outputs a lens position value. The lower the value, the closer the focus point is. Do note, however, that if the lens position is 0, that might indicate you are shooting too close, below the minimum focusing distance of the iPhone. You can of course try to refocus to verify the result. Simply tap a point farther away and then tap back to the nearest point. If you are still getting 0, you might want to move the iPhone further back. Next, I'll tap the shutter. And there you go, shooting is done. 2 images are going to be saved into the photo library, a single bracket image, and that is just saved for comparison purposes, and the focus stacked image. Here is the single bracket, and here is the focus stacked image. As you can see, it is a big difference. the focus stacked image is sharp across the entire plate, unlike the single bracket shot. So that was Aura HDR's focus stacking camera. Next, let's move on to the second method, which is via automatic focus bracketing. Automatic focus bracketing is useful when you want to use a third-party professional focus stacking app like Helicon Focus or Affinity Focus to do the merging, or you want to control other shooting settings. To use it, I'll select Focus Bracketing Auto from the camera menu. Note that you can change the shooting settings via tapping the Context button. Currently, you can see it is set to 10 brackets. If you want a wider depth of field, you can select a larger value, and Aura HDR supports up to 100 brackets. You can also change the focus increment. Next, I'll tap on the nearest point to be in focus. And there, shooting is done. All the brackets are going to be saved into the camera roll. Next, I'll transfer the brackets to my PC and use Affinity Photo to do the focus merge. And there you go. Here is the single bracket. And here is the focus stacked shot. Not a bad result as well. So there you have it. That's how you focus stack for food photography. I hope you can see that whatever method you choose, it can really produce standout results for your food photos. So do try out Aura HDR Camera on the Apple App Store, the best app for computational photography. With every purchase, you help support this channel. See you in the next video.